I'm an athlete, and there's been shame before to say that, to acknowledge that part of who I am. I have been an athlete since I'm 8.5 years old. At 8.5 years old, I was placed on a tennis court and I started training. I learned what it was to have discipline, to be regimented, and to have to kick ass, to be a machine. And I can't take that part away from me. And it's affected so many aspects of my life. Often, it's made me feel like I have to do good enough or be enough in order to share that part of me. You know, have to take first place in a bodybuilding show, or it's not enough. To have had a high enough ranking on the tennis court. And it showed up in every aspect of my life. The eating, the regimented way, the punishment, thinking it had to be tight or stern, and because it had to show up on my body in a certain way. A lot of times my eating patterns were based off of comfort and soothing because I couldn't find them in other ways. My nervous system has been like flailed since I was 8 years old, since I stepped on the tennis court. Even in the way that I would work out, you know, no pain, no gain. That mentality to take rest was weakness. Shame in every component of it. And then it continues to show up because naming yourself as an athlete means you couldn't be that unless you were number one. But there's a part when you get to number one that it's still not enough. Being her is stepping inside of yourself, who you are now. I even feel like lately I've been keeping that part of me quiet because what would people think if I label myself as an athlete? Am I good enough? Do I look good enough to be considered an athlete? Well, you know what? Here's now. Here she is. This is a 50-year-old woman. I still train the same way I did when I was 10 years old. Legit, because I have a regimen. I have organization. I have motivation. What's different now is it's not punishment. It's privilege. I get to go work out because I choose to, not because I have to, in order for that to be my identity. So there's these different parts of ourselves. I have to go run because I ate too much. No. Even this morning, I knew I had a sore throat. I knew I've been pushing it. And I'm out for a walk because this is what there is to do to nourish myself as an athlete. When you're at home in yourself as an athlete, as a badass, you get to enjoy that quiet space. You know, when it's not so intense. You get to be in that season. I see you because I am her. Like I am the shift because it's a practice every single day. That I am an athlete. It's who I am. It's the way I function. And I get to be proud of that. And all of her seasons of it. When I grew up as a tennis player in South Florida, I was the bottom of the top. What does that even mean? I played among some of the greatest players in the world, but I wasn't number one. You know, the depth of the talent and the competitiveness that I played in was really deep. So I was the bottom of the top, but I couldn't see that. I only saw that I couldn't break in. And I only saw what I couldn't do, opposed to the strength it took to show up every single day. And for the wins I did get, it was all about, not good enough, not good enough. So to all those athletes that I used to play with, man, they were amazing. It was almost like, I meant no disrespect to take away from their talent, but I wanted to be that, you know? But at the end of the day, I kept showing up for it every single day. And that's what you do now. So now, I'm the top of the top because the only competition is me. It's not just keep focusing on what I didn't do. But that little girl, she thought it was never enough. you are enough. This is your season. This is where you get to show up as you are, just the way you are. You get to trust and stay on the path and know that it's not just you'll have faith when something happens. It's when you take that step forward, that's when that faith comes to you. Today, how can you name your inner athlete? Not because you're going to sign up for a marathon, but how do you honor her today?